If you wanna see some crazy and also lazy, then you should meet me and my friends. Even though we got no money, we're sure as hell funny. Yeah, everything's better with them. We're just like ooh, ooh, ooh. We don't worry about tomorrow. We just do, ooh, ooh, what we wanna do tonight.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to a Q&A. Not done one of these in a long time. Like the last time I did one, I think it was me and David when we had this channel together. So yeah, it's been a while. So I asked for some questions on my Instagram, Facebook and YouTube, I think. They mainly all came from Instagram. Let's just get straight into it, shall we? Let me find them. I've got them dotted all over the place here. I hadn't even thought of answers neither. I normally like think of answers. Oh, my battery, it's flashing. Let's try again. Right, okay, so first question. Are you keeping your red hair? No. I don't like it anymore. I actually quite like it now that when I was in the shower last night I washed it 3 times because I just don't like it anymore. And in real life, in the camera it still looks quite red and orangey, but it's quite pastel on the ends now, and I definitely prefer that. So no, I'm not keeping my red hair. Once it's all washed out again, or as close to it washing out as possible, I'm going to get Kira to bleach it again and then go for my original plan. When can we visit you again? Now, anytime, as soon as possible, please, or we'll come to you. How are you feeling about the whole COVID scene? Happy things are opening back up. So how am I feeling about it? Fed up with it now. Completely. I've had enough. Yeah, I think we all have, haven't we? I mean, I understand the seriousness of it and how crazy everything is, but just absolutely fed up. I mean, when is this ever going to end? It just seems like we're getting back on our feet with everything, and then all of a sudden, bang, there's another variant, something else that's, you know, going to cause problems. But I think hopefully with the vaccine and stuff like that, it'll help and this variant won't cause too much disruption and we'll get back to normal. And yes, I'm feeling excited about things opening back up. Me, my mum and the girls have got a trip booked to Birmingham for my birthday at the end of July, beginning of August. I'm so excited and I hope that goes ahead. I really do. So yeah, I'm excited about everything opening back up. A little bit anxious about certain things, I think, but overall excited just to get back to normal. Which hair colour are you going for next? The plan that I had in the first place before I went and did this. So I want to get it all back as light as possible, and then I want to put some kind of grey colour on. I really want it to be like that cool, nice grey colour. So that's what I'm aiming for. Hopefully I can achieve it. I think actually the way this took, how it did, I think if I'd have bought one of their grey ones, I think it might have took better than what I thought. But who knows? I don't know. My roots need doing now anyway. Look at that. That is really bad. I'm boiling, absolutely boiling. I can't cope, yeah. Next question. If you had an afternoon to yourself, what would you choose to do? Should have maybe thought about this one beforehand, but I don't know. What comes to mind is I'd either do one of 2 things. I'd either stay at home, chill out, do absolutely nothing, or I'd go shopping. So yeah, complete opposites really. Depending on how I felt. I'd either do nothing, just watch TV, chill out, or I'd go out, go shopping, go for some nice food, more shopping, coffee. Either one of them 2, depending on my mood. David put, which one of your followers is you off the most? I'll put that one in. How long do you plan to homeschool for? Forever. That'll be it. Unless either Corbin or Blake decided that they wanted to go to school. We'll just home educate all the way through. Have you ever been abroad? Yes, I've been abroad, not much, but yes, I've been to Belgium, Amsterdam, Tenerife. It's not something that I've really done a lot of, to be fair, but them places. What jobs have you had in the past and would you work again in the future? So the majority of my working life I've worked with adults with learning disabilities. I have done like quite a lot of different jobs, but like in the main I've worked with adults with learning disabilities. I've worked in like shops. And I think me and David actually once did a video on our previous jobs. I don't know if that's still up or not, but yeah, it was crazy because I did a list of what I'd actually done. It's like, wow, God, I forgot about that. But yeah, like from early mid-20s to like the last couple of years, I've worked with adults with learning disabilities and I love it. And would I work in the future? Yes, I would work again in the future, definitely. Probably if I had to go out to work and not do something myself at home, I'd probably go back to working with adults with learning disabilities, just because it's what I know and I do miss it. Like if I could go back now and work on bank as and when, I probably would, but I know when you work on bank in most places are still calling you every day and every weekend, and I just won't be able to do it. So yeah. What do you and David like about living in the area of the UK you will live in? What do I like about it? It's got a good market. Woo woo. What do I like about living where I live? My actual area where I live, like the village I live in, I like it because all of my neighbours are really friendly. I've got local amenities close by, family close by, stuff like that. But my local areas are general. I don't know, to say it's just a small town in the north of England, we don't do too bad. We have a decent shopping centre, we've got a good market, we've got some decent shops, outlet shops, cafes, bars, restaurants. We don't do too bad actually, to say that we're just a town in the middle of Yorkshire. But yeah, I don't know. Overall, when can I move to London? Have the council set out a timetable for homeschooling? And then in brackets, they have been useless for us. Timetable, I'm confused. No, I mean, we don't have any input from the LA at all. We just send a report in yearly, letting them know what we've been doing, but we have as little to do with them as possible. I mean, that's the whole point in homeschooling for us, to stay away from what other people are saying to do. I didn't know that they set out timetables actually. I don't know. We just do what we do, and then we just, like I say, just write a report on what we've been doing, where we've been going, and once a year, and that's it. That's the only input. Well, they don't have any input, that's just what we give them because that's what they ask for. But as a timetable or anything, we don't have anything to do with the local authority at all. Do you think you will start taking the kids out now it's slowly getting back to normal? Yeah, Corbin has actually got a birthday party coming up, and yes, as soon as we can start going back out again and whatnot, he'll be going to see his friends. I mean, we have been doing a lot of stuff on Zoom and Facebook Messenger and stuff, so he's been keeping in contact with his friends. But yeah, as for me, it's really awkward because a lot of his friends that he has through Home Ed actually live in a different town, like the next town along, because where we used to live before, it was almost like on the border of the next town, so we used to go there a lot for like Home Ed meets and stuff, and that's where he's met a lot of his friends that he's known for the longest, since he was like little, since we first started going out to meets with Home Ed, because Corbin's never actually been to school. When we've gone to a couple of meets within our town, it's just he's never really clicked properly with anybody. And I know like the very first couple of meets that we had a couple of issues and it kind of put us off. But there is a couple of people in our town that I do get along with, and I want him to start seeing more of them and going to more meets where we live. But yeah, especially now David works Monday to Friday more like as a 9 to 5, because before David was at home with the kids and I went out to work, so he could take them in the car and stuff. But now it's at least 2 buses to get to the next town to where we need to be. But yeah, that were a bit of a long answer, but yes, definitely, we're definitely going to be taking him out more when we can. What made you decide to homeschool? The school system, basically. And we've had 2 different experiences with it really. This is probably like a video on its own, and I might do a video on its own about like all of this stuff. But there's lots of different factors, and to get it right and to get everything in, I think I'd probably need to sit down and write them down so I can say it all. But we just think it's right for our family, it's right for Corbin. And then I have a few silly ones that people put on my actual thing, like, excuse me, do you have the time? Have you ever picked your nose and ate it? Which one of our children is your favourite? And do you like Marmite? No, I don't like Marmite. But yeah, they're just silly questions. Are you doing any more videos on Mum v Food? Yes, I am. Basically, I started that channel because I did the 10,000 calorie food challenge and I was all motivated to do food videos, blah blah blah. And then since then I've been like not knowing where to put them, thinking it's just so daunting when you start a new channel and you look at your views and you look at your subscribers and they're like basically on nothing, and you've just got so far to go, and it feels like you're putting the videos out for nobody to watch when you've already got a channel that's a bit more established. Obviously I've not got a lot of subscribers, but it's a bit more established and I'm so close to like that monetization part. So I'm like, well, do I just put them on here? It'll all help with the channel, help it grow, put it in a playlist. And I've really been thinking about, because I've got like a list of really cool foodie videos to do. It's just doing them and knowing where to put them. And that's kind of put me off not knowing what to do. Because if I put them on here, I could put them on a playlist and it'd help with the watch time and stuff like that. But then I don't think people are going to subscribe, because this is more of a family vlogging, daily vlogging channel type thing. If they're coming because they're watching a 10,000 calorie food challenge or they're watching some kind of food video, they're not necessarily going to subscribe because they've come to watch that video. So yeah, I'll get the watch time, but I'll not get the subscribers to go with it. And I think they're more likely to subscribe if it's on a different channel where that's all I'm going to be focusing on, and that'll be the content that they like. Do you know what I mean? So it's like that's what I was thinking for ages, because they'll just look at my other content on here and be like, oh well, they're just family vloggers, I just want to watch like the food challenges and stuff, so I might not necessarily subscribe. And that's what I've been thinking. But I do think, because I do want to do these videos, they really are cool and they're exciting for me to do, but I think I am going to do them over on my other channel and not do them on here, and keep this purely for more family stuff. And I have got some good ideas like for more family challenges, so it isn't just daily vlogging all the time, but if I do anything over here it'll be more family based challenges and stuff, so we can all get involved. And then all the food stuff that I also enjoy doing, keep over there, so then if people want to subscribe and see more, they know what they're getting. I think that is where the whole problem has been with this channel from the start. It's never stuck to being one thing for long enough for it to be established for people to know what it's about, because it's gone from, like, this was David's channel to start with, it was Dad v World, like, to go with his blog and everything, and then we kind of changed it over to David and Donetta, where we did all more family, marriagey type bits and bobs. But then within that we swapped and changed about with all the time. And then I've kind of took it over this last year, and as to start with I kind of messed around with it, changed its name a couple of times, but then since like Vlogmas or just before, I've stuck to it being what it is now, and I can see a steady growth, so that's what I need to stick to, and that's what I'm doing. So yes, there will be videos coming on Mum v Food soon. I'm going to start filming some next week, I think, actually. I've got my idea for the first one that I was going to do way back, and then I got all muddled up with knowing where to put it. Watch this space. And if you're not subscribed to that channel, please go over. It's Mum v Food. I'll link it down below. There is one video on there. It's the 10,000 calorie food challenge that I actually did on this channel. I just put it over there as well. So yeah, go over and subscribe to that. How did you get into vlogging? Basically David. Like I say, this channel way back when, like 4 years ago-ish, when we first started it, well, when David first started it, it was David that did all the vlogging and the blogging. He started off with a dad blog, and then he got into doing YouTube videos and vlogging all around dad life and stuff. And then I was like, if you've watched the videos from years ago, I mean, a lot of them we've got rid of, but there is still some on there, and I'm like dodging the camera like what Kira does now. I'm always in the background like, no, I don't want to be on it and stuff. And then finally, because he was doing it all the time, I kind of just got used to the camera being there and then being in the background, and then it just escalated a little bit. I started doing Instagram stories, and then we changed this to David and Donetta, where me and David did videos together, like either sit down videos or vlogs and different stuff, and it just gradually came, and now this is what I just like doing as a hobby. I really enjoy it. Yeah, and that's where it came from. What equipment? This is the last question, I do believe. What equipment and editing software do you use? So my camera is the Canon G7X Mark II. It is a really good camera. I like it. It does just what it needs to for me. It's not too big and stuff like that. I have the Joby stick, what I use to walk around with it on, but I need something different because this is about the third or fourth one I've gone through, and look, this just happens all the time, and they go, like, when I have it like that, it just starts, I don't know, these are meant to be actually amazing, and they're not cheap neither. I don't know, I just seem to mess these up, so I do need something a bit different. I don't know what. This is the first time I'm using Abby's light ring. Is that what they're called?
Ring light.
Ring light. When I said it, I thought, that doesn't sound right. Abby's ring light, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not too keen on it. It's really bright. I've got really sensitive eyes, and it's doing them in. But this is Abby's anyway. It's a ring light from Amazon. I don't normally use, but I thought it's here, so I'll use it. Editing software, I just use iMovie. We do have Premiere Pro. David pays for Premiere Pro, and he uses it to edit his videos, and I have tried, but it just, I don't know, once I get used to something, I can edit fast on iMovie, or faster, and because I vlog quite a lot, I need to get it done pretty quick because I'm editing on a night time most of the time. I'm used to what I'm doing. I keep saying I don't want to try and learn how to do Premiere Pro, and I did try, and I get the basics, but oh, it just seems so complicated, and there's just so much there, and I kept getting it wrong. I kept doing something, I didn't know where all the things had gone. I'm like, oh no, everything's disappeared. And yeah, even just cutting and stuff seems a lot more difficult on there, but they do have a lot more effects and stuff. But anyway, at the minute I use iMovie. I use Epidemic Sound for music, which is amazing. I highly recommend Epidemic Sound. If anything, it's too good. I spend so long, I can edit pretty quick, but then finding music, I tend to use the same ones that I've just got saved, because I go on and I'm like, there's just too much. There's just so much good music on there, but I definitely recommend it. And then I use Canva. I pay for the Pro Canva, and it is great for editing thumbnails and stuff like that. I think it's really good, and the stuff on there that you can use when it's Pro, I use all the time. Like if I just had the basic ones, alright if you just want basic thumbnails, but a lot of the stuff I use for my thumbnails are in the Pro version. Do I use anything else? I edit on my MacBook. I have edited on the iPad before, but it's not as good. I prefer to edit on my Mac. And I think that is it. I'll probably go through this Q&A, and I'll probably be like, oh no, I wanted to say, I do this all the time, I wanted to say this and I wanted to say that, but I don't know. Like the home ed questions, I really should have thought about them more and give more better answers to them, because there's definitely a lot more I like to say on home ed, but I might actually do a separate video on home ed. I don't know, maybe that's something you'd be interested in. I don't know. But anyway, thank you for all of your questions. I really appreciate it. If there is any more questions you want to ask, please put them down below and I'll answer them in another video. That's everything. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you're not already. Give it a like, comment and all that jazz, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.